You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? You lie in bed, stare at the ceiling, and think about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. You can't believe he really used cum. And then there was this secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? Probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You
Mm-hmm.
meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you could tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own.
Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be,
Are you in love with Clank?
I think I might like Clank.
Like him? Like?
I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him.
See, Maz, if you had a choice to choose Colonel Sanders or her, you would have ruined her chances at love.
Mm-hmm.
That would have
Damn,
been
you're
your
right.
fault.
We got to
God.
talking after class. And he's actually he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders.
You're just gossiping? Good lord.
Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school?
Of course he was. No, but that does make complete sense.
Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to. And it was also the convertible. Wait, and it was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade.
Oh, like the float was made to look like him?
Oh.
I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders.
Please.
You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school? The most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning? You're a thing now?
Well, we definitely connected yesterday.
Yeah, that. If I was her, I'd be like, y'all fucked? You can't just say that.
Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess?
Giving me a weird vibe, Miriam. Laughing at the implications that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real in the middle of
No, I
class.
don't like this. No, I don't like this. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? No, you fool! You utter fool! You're supposed to keep it a secret!
However, you don't tell her that you know a second ingredient too, which you discovered on your own.
He told all of us an ingredient.
Oh. Hot damn it. Your bestie's eyes light up.
A secret ingredient?
Yeah, I just said that. Secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here?
Miriam checks to make sure you are alone before continuing.
Please give me the choice of whether I tell her or not because I have to say no.
So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering.
This can't be good.
He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices!
Oh no.
The man even gave me some, to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own.
I don't like where this is going. Please, Miriam, don't tell me.
So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted.
Oh no. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here.
Cocaine.
Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, So we've stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet you would love to know more about new spices.
I don't care.
Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. And besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone.
Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders.
I can't believe our best friend's the villain. Oh.
Honestly.
Make up a fake ingredient or tell her the ingredients Colonel Sanders told you. What do you think? Should you protect
God.
Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your best friend who's acting so suspicious right now?
Really, truly, I wish I could flat out tell her no. But since I can't, we're gonna make up a fake ingredient. I'm not betraying Colonel Sanders here.
You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about...
It was Eye of Newt. I know it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do?
Eye of Newt. Wow!
Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. My S's are struggling with this game. S's, my lisp is kicking in.
Isn't Eye of Newt also another word for mustard seed?
I think so.
Is it?
Which, that's his secret ingredient. It's another one. You told her a secret ingredient? It's like, I made it up. That's
No,
another
I said
That's
Eye
what
of
you
Newt.
told me.
Yeah, I have Newt. Oh, shit. That's another one. However, she immediately turned around and does some thumb typing on her phone. She immediately just puts it on Facebook that you can't quite see. It's probably not good. You know how mad I would be if you tell me his secret. I won't tell anybody, and they literally tell
Immediately.
everybody in front of you. I'd be like, cool, we're fighting. Roll initiative.
Yeah.
Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school.
It's a horse to school?
Stand back and admire his majestic glory, or run to him.
We're gonna stand back and we're gonna admire.
Scare his horse and we die.
Yeah, so I don't know about that horse.
Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. He really is friend.
That's good timing.
Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. It's straight up friend.
Me?
This is
It is friend. Because friend was also a cook.
Yeah, I can't. Okay.
Who's been sitting in on your D&D games?
I don't know, but I'm going to ask some questions later. This game came out in 2019. Friend was invented in 2019.
Oh my god.
You were so
Who
struck
in that
by
game
the sight.
works for KFC?
That's what I'm wondering. Maybe probably Canadian. You were so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently.
Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home.
Yeah, because that's what I was worried about.
You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right.
Fuck me!
What a horceful beaut you have. I mean, what a horceful beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said.
Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you.
Is she a good friend?
Oh, Mads just gets really nervous around people they like.
She's not a good friend. She's a bad friend.
She has a crush on you.
What? This is not helping.
I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it.
Oh my god.
She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. Yes, you can. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. Ew! When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van the Man Man, are doing something naughty. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients bad. Summoning a demon bad.
What?
You try to get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming.
Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this.
Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Tell them to stop acting immature, act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look.
I'm gonna tell them to stop acting immature.
You immediately dress your rivals down for their immature behavior.
Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time.
Now you've upset them.
Good.
Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rolls?
I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ain't you.
Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity and panache.
And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil.
You finally get a look at what it is they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster.
That's the same book that I found last night in the quad.
Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. This book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret.
Oh my god, you're Borko?
You notice that they haven't been studying the book. They've got pot pinned... What? You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got pot pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. I think Pop's happy.
Yeah.
Leave Pop to his own devices. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class.
Beep beep.
Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot.
Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts.
You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything.
He ran him over.
Bzzz, womp.
And who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer.
Womp womp.
No, your mother was a stand mixer.
Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room.
Oh!
Attack me, Colonel Sanders! These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over for me. What is that face? But I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right?
She's being conniving.
Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on.
Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the day, class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog.
The school's getting sued because a student died yesterday. You're all dismissed.
Students, please take your seat. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired.
Aww.
But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath. No, you did.
No.
You did. You rubbed the teacher, and now you're gonna get an A.
But that's a professor.
You're gonna get an A now.
Oh no.
You can't just rub a professor, man.
He's gonna take you to the dark room.
No, absolutely not.
After he catches his breath, Sprinkle regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken.
Hell yeah.
You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name.
No.
But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts.
Oh no, he's gonna think I'm dumb.
When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Mads? Naturally, this appears to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? The dog biscuit, a shimmering pepper, or a glass of water?
A
Interesting.
shimmering pepper.
Your actions have consequences. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe.
What on earth was the right answer?
My friend, ooh, this guy again. I'm here
You're
to
dying.
give you an important message. Ooh.
Okay.
You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny.
Okay.
All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is...
Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat.
It's fine, I'll work through... to fulfill... the prophecy! You must... You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Ah, man.
Prophecy?
You come
Oh,
to
he's
and find
angry.
everyone is staring at you. That kid's literally dead. He's not going to be like a ghost student. He's just a dead guy. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever.
Oh no.
You think
I
to
should have gone
yourself-
for the water.
You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention.
We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Someday?
I have more chicken treats.
Come on, it's time for lunch.
No, Professor Sprinkle, I'm sorry.
Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement.
Today's lunch will be prepared.
The timed competitive cook-off. I can never get her voice right. It's always different. The level of theatrics with these two are off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time or step up and tell them you're on.
I can see both of these going badly.
I will
But
say,
this is anime.
yeah, I will say, if you chose the first one, then that's how you truly felt about when Colonel Sanders did it yesterday.
Alright, let's step up and tell him you're on.
We just start beating the shit out of him with our hands. She has a knife.
I could also have a knife.
We
A bit
have
of a-
measuring spoons.
So I'll defend and bludgeon him. It's okay.
Just like
A bit of
madness.
a bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it.
I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Mads.
Will you help me?
I'll be watching your performance.
Oh
Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sports in court. Finally, a little sense. User breathe a sigh of relief.
He's gonna make us go to the...
Not at least until we turn on the timer. Just then, a huge red light blasts you in the face, reading timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Aroo!
I stand corrected.
The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory.
Thank you, Colonel.
Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure. Now it's my chance to shine. I have ass, tatas, and a large knife. I will defeat you myself.
Why does she have a knife on a chain?
Cool that way.
You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs out, you'll be forced to pick randomly.
Oh God.
Ready,
Okay.
Mads?
Fuck. Okay.
And begin. It's always
What
boils
temperature does
100
water
seconds.
boil at?
Celsius.
What? Celsius.
Middle.
That's right, but how would you have gotten into the school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you.
Consider
Once
me
again-
motivated.
I feel like we should not be rubbing professors.
Hey, he's not
I like
just a
the moment
professor.
that innocence meets corruption.
It's the worst.
You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he
11.
say he uses?
11.
That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies.
Is this a reward for me or for you?
Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor?
Gratitude.
That's right. You must never take the opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger, faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget about where you came from, McDonald's. Every day, you meditate on this advice and draw energy from that place.
Man,
Now would be a great time to harness that energy, so where does it come from?
Top one. A small town.
top one, top one.
That's
Oh my God, I
right.
almost ran out.
This is your shot. You're not going to miss it. Aroo! You try to shut out all the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. Where's the sound of success?
Bubbling.
No.
Oh
That's
no. No.
wrong.
Sizzling! It was sizzle!
Sorry.
But we're
We're
boiling
water.
potatoes. Don't make me get the spray bottle. Next
sorry.
question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye.
I believe in you. Mads!
He's actually cheering you on.
Oh my
Which
God.
would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you make totally... What? Except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you've been doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders.
No. Get that
How many
fucking horse out
spoonfuls of
here.
gravy would there be in your mouth? Oh no! We only have 3 seconds to answer!
All of them were about him.
Oh yeah. What were you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. A grrr.
Sprinkles, I'm sorry I failed you.
You are stranded on a desert island with only one desert cookie book. What is wrong with me? You are stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take?
Chocolate chip cookie.
What a hunk.
What? I know, right?
You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. So,
I'm sorry.
which one?
Uh,
Your mind is simping, Mads. You need to get it together.
I'm trying.
What does it have to do? What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicately baked biscuits? Woof!
This is what I get
Woof!
for failing. Just one question.
You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. You threw it into Clank.
Yikes! I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in the kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch.
Kitchen appliances were made for a reason.
You might not have any hands, but Mads does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed.
He just slow
Are
turns.
you doubting his ability to put love into his cooking?
Yes.
He just slow
Yeah.
turns and is like, the fuck did you just say?
Yeah. Okay.
My hands?
There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way.
When you hear everyone
Falling
talking,
so far.
you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixture. To the mixer to rescue your dough
kidding
before
me?
it's over mixed.
Mads, no!
It's the only way. Oh my god.
But you're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match.
What the fuck is happening?
Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame.
No, I answered one question wrong.
What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult.
Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over.
It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish.
Yeah, well, there's blood in your dough, so... Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Mads' injury. We do not allow disqualifications in my school.
I can keep going.
You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you've prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under the white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. It's a tit.
Does it inspire any thoughts within you?
I was going to ask Mads to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring the creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind letting me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within.
Want me to pour this hot chocolate all over this white dome?
Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nugget, and a pearl of blueberry gelée.
Why does she have time for any of that?
She's very good at cooking.
Black magic.
The power of evil. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. This would never go with chicken.
Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley?
How you?
That wasn't a compliment.
As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel, or put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley.
I'm gonna internalize that rage.
You can't let this happen again, Mads.
Ever
Have
to
again.
focus.
How we were supposed to get a perfect playthrough. Now we have to play again.
I know, I'm sorry.
Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames causes your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like
Work
an
monster's
insult.
gonna come for me, isn't it?
Maybe. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love. He decided to get married. Won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person.
I don't eyebrows.
You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly.
I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, the absolutely horrible, devastating, easily preventable loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out.
I'm fine. Can you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. Excuse me.
What? What are you implying?
I'll never be a master chef.
Hold on, I need a.
You can fill my fryer any day.
I need a screenshot of that dialogue.
You look so angry.
Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before?
That's exactly what I think. You're perfect. You rode in on a horse.
Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, and motivated.
Oh my god.
I honestly hate this guy.
Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead end. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician.
Is this real lore about
It might be actual Colonel Sanders lore.
dear God?
I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight.
Excuse me? I didn't know.
People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been.
Sounds like this guy could really use a hug.
Oh my god.
I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give.
As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion.
No,
One
your
has to
eyebrows.
remember. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds.
Yay.
Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster!
Borgo?
It is I. I know that I said that I wouldn't be back. And after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I hope you romance this guy.
Yeah, this should be our new romance target.
I know what it's
what
like.
does Spork do?
I know what it's like to always having to look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right?
Aw, thanks, Borgo. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode.
Yeah, Mads.
Sorry.
Consequences. Now I know you're oh, come on, bro. Gravy. I know that you're strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spark monster, you see. I used to be a man.
I don't believe it. You were human once?
I don't think any of us were ever human. Well, no, I was golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day, some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed.
A magic spell book.
Precisely! I procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way, I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You are a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magics. You should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, do not fear. I will be there.
Orko.
Sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Mads, together I am sure we can defeat them.
Canes.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's Sergeant Kane. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss.
Oh, whoa.
Oh my god, really?
A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping
Oh my
inside
God.
Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. This is a baby picture of him.
With a goatee and the glasses on still.
And a drumstick. He's on a camel,
Amazing.
which means if you said camel meat, he would have been offended.
That's
And Kentucky.
I really thought I messed this up, but it looks like
You're
you
probably
have such
supposed
an
to.
exciting life.
You're probably supposed to fail.
Probably. It's like the way that they went in. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders.
Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef.
Have you ever woke up in the morning and decided just to spend a little bit of your time to daydream? I'd really respect it if you did.
Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure if I've nailed it yet, but I'm close.
I bet it's coleslaw.
Honestly, yeah.
Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing.
It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps?
Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you?
We gotta
He gave-
reveal it.
Yeah, he gave us his secret. Well, one of his secret ingredients.
How else am I supposed to bond if I don't tell him my secrets?
You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day.
Have it on me. I present to you my original coleslaw.
Hell yeah.
The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway.
Dear God. Magnificent.
And then he steals it and sells it in his restaurant.
This is mine now.
Together you'll chow down on that creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl.
Oh my god.
Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later when I'm alone and think back on this moment.
What do you mean?
I think you know what I mean, man.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna fuck your coleslaw.
Oh my god.
When I'm alone at night and the time is right, I'll stick it in my mouth.
So this is what you meant between chicken and coleslaw?
You can offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy.
Sure, why not?
Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment.
You realize now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Oh, we have
I'm
a button. We have a picture
a
of him holding
safe.
a thing. A safe?
That's a wall safe, yeah?
It's either that or a button. We have a
It's
comb that he got from Van the Man Man. A thing of whiskey, or it's a candle. And a chicken.
feels
And
like
this.
candle.
Which should we look at? His dad's urn. What should we look at
Man.
first?
Let's look at that chicken. It's closest.
You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic. It's real.
Does it squawk? Okay, cool. I was like, what do you mean?
That was my business partner before he was shot.
Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive.
A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky."
Oh my god. Let's look at that urn.
You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of my past careers and business failures."
Oh my god, he's Squidward.
I was just thinking that.
Poor guy.
He's so dramatic.
Truly. Let's look at the comb, I guess.
A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb.
Take it.
No.
Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver.
You're fucking with me. Are you trying to tell me his hair?
Yeah, his hair's made
His
out
hair
of
is actual silver.
That's dumb as fuck.
That's the lore, Mads.
So stupid.
You don't get to make fun of people's real life conditions and their medical histories. Washing his hair must be a nightmare.
Oh my god. Let's look at that candle.
A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell.
Is it gravy scented power?
Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of 69? No. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's...
Let's see. I recognize. I think I recognize that flower. I can't remember the name of it.
It's the flour that your best friend had grounded up and took buckets of.
Let's look outside.
You gaze out of the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of a student pops up.
Not this guy again.
Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?
Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you?
Well, I could just tell you my name right now. It's...
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? I have a real chance with him. He ate my coleslaw.
You open the window a crack, and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze.
Let's look at the pic.
He ate my slaw.
Don't you know that's like second base?
I just gotta find his drumstick now.
Oh god. Let's look at the pictures.
Alright, which one?
The baby.
An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and the mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle.
Who frames a baby picture of just themselves?
Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of a company they founded. Am I right?
Oh my god. Let's look at the camel.
The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt.
Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices? The final picture.
One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. Neither of them have drumsticks.
That is not what they're doing.
You look closely and see that there's a short inscription.
I wonder who my friend Pete is. Is he
Probably.
another rival in love?
Kill him. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 11, 11, 11, the safe opens, and inside it, you find a single note.
Can't betray him like this.
Can chicken be prepared sashimi style?
No.
Anything's
I mean, I guess
possible.
theoretically, but it had to be prepared very carefully.
Anything's possible, Caleb.
I would not recommend it.
I would puke.
Through the door.
The best part about this game, when I looked it up, it said an hour and a half to beat. We're 2 hours in, and we're only close to the end of day 2.
So I looked
What
it up.
to say?
Oh.
Oh my god.
You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on.
Why?
The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You gave yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant?
Hey, but he's gonna come down the stairs and it's gonna be weird.
Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. It's a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. My drumstick. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket.
Aw.
'Cause it's so warm. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you.
Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. What
Oh my god.
do you say?
Let's see. Do you try to be seductive, be coy, or honest?
As tempting as it is to make a big move, I worry it would backfire, so we're gonna fess up and tell the truth.
No such thing as backfiring when you make a big move. You confess. Oh, this is what.
That's not what I meant!
Glass him!
I think I've developed feelings for you.
I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams.
Overwhelmed, you take the jacket off and run for the door. But
But
the
can
thought
I
of
be part
leaving
of your
Colonel in the
dreams?
midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself.
Colonel?
Yes, Mads.
He's crying!
I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful.
I think you're right. We should take things slow.
We only date when we're in school. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber at his house, on his couch, with him. Dream
Oh, dear
sequence.
God.
Dream sequence!
Oh no. We really do just ride chicken through the night.
You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that you could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know?
How will they know?
Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it.
Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up.
KFC, known for its breakfast.
You'll notice here a biscuit.
It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question.
So, would you say that we're the perfect man?
Oh my god, what?
How presumptuous.
My cuisine and your taste buds, that is.
Such confidence. Such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Take him down a peg or flatter him.
I want to say, take him down a peg in like a joking way. But I worry that it won't be in a joking way.
This will just be a full-on rejection.
Yeah.
Stomp on his heart.
Just out of
But
nowhere.
flatter him sounds like it might go like in the wrong direction.
Mads, you're overthinking this.
Sorry. Fuck. Take him down a peg.
What? Okay.
It's good, but my mom made better.
Colonel Sanders' expression grows serious. Did your little jab land too hard?
Colonel,
I know what you're going to say. I need to be better if I'm going to leave my mark on this world.
A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window.
Oh, I was just joking.
And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail.
Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion.
Put me in contact with your mom.
Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there, waiting for you.
Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night.
She had sex with a pressure cooker.
There's so many pistons and levers. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. You've been taken to a dark room.
It's okay. I was just...
But now that it turns out you're fine, I can totally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam.
Sure, but...
You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date.
Yeah, well, Colonel had my coleslaw.
What?
I think I can believe that.
Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him, I think.
What happens if you choose Pop?
I don't know, and I'm worried about it.
Of course, I told him you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl.
I am.
But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
What do you
And
mean?
now I'm pregnant with robo babies.
What do
Did
you
she-
mean? A
did
pressure
she-
cooker took you skydiving.
Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker?
And now I'm not really sure where we stand.
What do you mean?
You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details in your own night is just too much to bear.
And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him.
You slut. You what?
That's essentially what she says.
Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers.
Miriam tells you to move on from the whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school.
Like, fucking excuse me?
Go fuck yourself,
What?
Miriam. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right.
Damn right.
After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. What?
We're
What
not
about men?
friends anymore. You're too obsessed with Colonel Sanders.
And you're obsessed with a robot.
I just said I'm not obsessed.
Enjoy your robot babies.
When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. God damn, Ashley, what are you doing over there? What's your number? You could tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself not quite grasping the concept of that fact. Those aren't the words. Because, you know, he's Pop.
What's swirly? It sounds delicious.
Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away.
Bro, we're in college. That means you're straight up, like, these are adults giving another
I am
adult
going to
service.
waterboard this child.
Delicious. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat.
You can't get a swirly dip. You can get your swirly dip too.
Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
No one is either of their size.
Me, with my broken hand and my burned off eyebrows.
Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school.
There's that horse that Colonel Sanders writes to school. Who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You've got some nerve, Mads, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse.
Badge, what the fuck? Why would you say that?
Listen, I don't like horses. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it.
You clench your fists, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain.
Ow.
It doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up.
I'll never give up. Ever.
Colonel Sanders arrived just as it appeared things are close to a boiling point. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on.
Nay. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Mads, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon.
Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Oh my god.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive.
What is he doing complimenting her?
You have to kill her.
But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce?
Mm.
Yeah, Colonel, what about that flavor?
It left something to be desired. It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received.
That's a lot of words to say. It was bland.
Excuse me, Mads. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel.
See if I let you try my coleslaw again.
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. In fact, I just created a new recipe. Coleslaw.
Bastard.
I also had to burn one of my suits.
See you inside, Mads.
Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. I think he knows, but we're kind of being weird.
I'm just a southern gentleman, Mads. I have to be polite.
It's kind of
Yeah,
in the
well-
blood.
You could take my side once.
What? Not when you're
Where's
bullying.
Borko when you need him?
Borko. In an attempt
Borko,
to
sick him.
in an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
No.
It's the Death Note. Whoa! That's that book? It looks like bad news.
There's
It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
I don't know if you guys can hear that engine outside my house, but what the fuck?
No, I can hear it.
Mm-mm.
My OBS can. Go away.
Am I really about to throw everything away and
Hell
do some
yeah.
magic from that book?
It's really math coded.
A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful?
I can think of one surefire way to find out.
You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edge of the page.
I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam.
Oh my god. It's like
I'm
that.
gonna erase him from existence.
No, from our memories. But I don't. Yeah, we'll get rid of. No more memories. What's that Jim Carrey movie where he gets all his memories taken away that he had with a lady? It's gonna be that.
I don't recall.
I think.
Oh, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, I can't remember the plot entirely, but I'm pretty sure like he starts like losing the memories, and by the time they're almost all gone, he's like, "Oh shit, this was a bad idea."
Yeah, basically. I think he ends it, but it's too late. But I think the movie ends with him reuniting with her, who also had her memories erased.
And then they start again.
Yeah.
Aww.
Spoiler alert, I guess.
Spoiler, Mads. Alien 2, there's aliens in it.
That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe a string around your finger?
Okay, fine. Monkey, move. Don't you yell at me. Don't you yell. Who are you talking to? Mwah. Be gone. Okay. Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures.
There's no other way.
You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out.
It's not. It's really, really not.
You've got
I think-
cast it, or don't do it after all.
Cast it! Cast the spell.
Mads!
Literally,
Mads!
so many people have warned me not to do it.
Mads, shoot him!
Don't do it after all.
Shoot Frank!
I can't.
You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. And I'm currently having a dream deja vu right now.
Oh, nice.
You know how you go to sleep, dream about something that's gonna happen, and then it fucking happens, and I'm like, why is this something I dreamed about?
This exact scenario.
Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it is nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens.
Wait and see what happens.
You want to give him old homework? Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses on the window, the room, deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkle turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence, Oh, I told you never to come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence! Good job. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You'd better not show yourself your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied with his presence, has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for my outbursts. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Mads, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see. But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkle is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room.
You can't even wait to... I told you to save it for after class!
Not in class, stop.
You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane, strapped to a stranger? I wanted to be strapped to you.
I don't have enough jumps in my repertoire to be allowed to do that. Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. You could have just said no.
But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan. JJ forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date.
Bleep.
I don't think anybody should be dating.
Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain, or off a cliff for all I care.
Hey.
Wow. Beep.
Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. She killed
He's
him!
dead! Miriam, you're a murderer! No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. I don't.
A shoe?
Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker, considering that he himself has wheels, not feet. It's not entirely clear where he came from.
He ate a
Miriam,
man.
what have you done? The old student. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay.
Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see the entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we must be distracted from the lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam! Trademarked. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk.
Hey, Miriam, are you okay?
Yeah! Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone?
I think that might have been more her.
Yeah.
Power pose.
You had fun to that thing you agreed to do, right? No, and I can't believe you made me do that. What? Her tiny cocoa is the delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. Nothing like the Colonel, though.
I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone.
This is... I don't... Oh, okay.
Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. What the fuck is this metaphor?
Thelma and Louise. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. As the wind goes through her bangs, she's reminded of falling from a plane.
You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me.
Bye-bye.
I mean, of course not. Well, maybe, sort, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along.
You don't need anybody. I, however, am going to go be happy.
Mm-hmm. If it's not, oh God, if it's not Pop or Clink or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow.
Yeah, Mads. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks.
But
I
he's
think
very
I'm in
special.
love with you. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup.
And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. Why would I say it like that?
Love it up.
You think Professor Dog will love me?
While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is
He's
it.
gonna be there, isn't he?
The location of the final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley.
Beat the pants off, huh?
As planned, you begin to run through the quick tests of recipes you've been working on. Mads' famous chicken pot pie.
Hell yeah.
After
But
practicing for
legitimately,
months,
their pot pies are good.
After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders, who will not stop bringing rose petals into every room he enters.
It's cherry blossom petals. You need help with your cram session?
I was gonna say, it's not a cram session if someone isn't there to help.
Mads, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam.
Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory.
We do the spell and we're like, who the fuck are you? The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you.
Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were cooking something delicious.
Who's this fucking guy? You usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it like there was no sound at all, or fess up about your practice dish.
You can't let it burn.
I'm gonna say, I'm not letting that burn. We're gonna fess up about our practice dish. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing.
Yeah, I could smell it. No, I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards.
That's a football and a little bit more. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from an oddly specific man. If at the
You
end
know,
of
as a
this, we're like, I love you, and he turns, it's just like a frog getting kissed, he turns back into his 90-year-old Colonel Sanders self.
Thank God I was cursed to be anime.
They use an actual
Horrible.
photo of him, just slap it on.
You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell?
Of course. It smelled like carrots and pot and pie.
Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else.
Oh no, is it burning?
No. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out.
The
Take a
moment of
screenshot
truth.
of that face. No.
Wow. God damn. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted.
I keep pointing
I've
at things
always
like,
loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day.
I keep pointing at things like Ace Attorney.
Objection.
There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules! That is, except to cook with everything you've got. I do not care if you use black magic or stab a hoe.
Can I use this gun?
Yes! You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that will push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. And Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe fried chicken.
Copyright.
They really had to copyright it?
The intensity in the room starts to full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone's calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air.
Egg wash.
Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth.
Best friend batter blast.
No! I mean, that's what I say. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin.
Let's rock and roll. Rock and roid.
He's not natty. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shadow personality spatula.
Are you kidding me?
Even Clank gets in on it.
Fire, dial, pressure, point, chicken, cooking, technique.
Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity as was foretold.
We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Kill it!
Self-destruct.
Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back door of the arena. No rules!
Van has killed 2 students.
As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a spell book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic?
No.
Do it the hard
Do
way.
it the
or
hard
cast
way.
the spell. That's the tale. That's the story. That's the plot. Who needs magic when you have passion?
I'm going to do it the hard way.
Colonel Sanders
hard
sees
way.
you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room.
No. No, don't we?
I
the
believe
hard
in
way?
you, Mads.
Hey,
I believe you
that's-
can take it the hard way.
remember when you did it the easy way and you broke your hand? Now you're taking it hard, and everything is exactly where it needs to be. Miriam notices too.
And I've always believed in you, Mads, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever.
You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you, eating your slaw.
Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking?
Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you.
That's cheating.
Oh, that's sweet, but...
No rules.
No rules! Miriam tosses
No.
a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles.
Miriam, no!
It's the secret ingredient!
However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster! I used to be a horse. I was once a unicorn.
Steve, wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
We spark monsters are many. I think Barco had the day off, but you have chungered Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind?
Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the Grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh?
Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water?
I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there.
Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I'd fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck! Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon extra power from deep within yourself, or you give up and drop out of culinary school.
Just give up, Mads.
Ugh, it's so tempting. But when I was meditating on that chicken, and I dug deep, I can do it again. I'm going to dig deep again.
Deeper.
And deeper. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win.
Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as a culinary energy flows through your body.
Are you fucking with me?
You're
Man.
going Super Saiyan.
We know exactly what you're going to be for Halloween this year.
My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for...
Yes, Matt, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The
Get
power-
out of here!
The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out.
You interrupted my inspiring monologue.
Sorry.
My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery.
You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. Are we or are we not using the Grimoire? I can't tell.
No, this is just pure force of will.
Nah, you're right.
Yeah, this was inside me the whole time.
Oh. You know that with the power, you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served.
No!
But don't
I'm
worry,
powered.
But do not worry, dear Mads. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support.
I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches.
He steps up to your station and stands right beside you.
Oh.
I'm here to help.
All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up. So you're going to need it.
I thought it said behind, and I thought this was gonna be like a ghost moment.
Yeah, I'll guide your hands, man.
But Colonel Sanders. Ooh. Colonel Sanders. What about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules?
Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart.
What a guy.
I'm
Colonel
swooning.
Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tender you've ever laid your eyes on.
And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts.
Are you suggesting?
That's right. With the powers of bisexuality, we can combine fried chicken and something else.
Mac and cheese, apparently.
If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union.
Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank?
What happened to Pop?
From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that could only come from one student.
I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there.
He ate mushrooms. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now!
Let me guess. Did Van have something to do with this?
When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
He asked for it.
I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in Euclid history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks? Pranks! Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten himself unplugged, I guess. Oh no, I missed out on what he said the rest because I accidentally clicked the space
I'll have
button.
to figure it out later.
That leaves only 4. We have to replay the whole game. That leaves only 4 remaining students, plus collector or final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish.
I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup.
It's so small.
She should fail.
Tiny.
Oh, it's so cute.
My word, this is so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Norotomaki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl?
Yes, chef.
Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef's my father's name.
Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself.
Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like to taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with such a love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug.
Thank you, Mads, for helping me to believe in myself.
Van, you are up. Now, describe your dish.
I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar.
So a bunch of raw shit that could really fuck you up if you don't do it right.
Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different color type of urchin?
Yes, Sprinkles.
A bit much, but you must call me chef. A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool?
Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close enough on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof! Woof! Bow wow!
Please be gentle with my cuisine.
A grr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Yow! My tongue! Now how am I gonna... This reminds me of... Food Wars.
This is sabotage.
The professor appears to have having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified!
A stunning turn of events. Who could have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat?
Dejected, Fan Van does not go gentle into the night.
Disqualified? For glamour?
Don't discount simplicity.
This isn't the last you've heard of me.
I hope not. We're only on your second year. I would love for you to come back next year. You are still one of my prize students. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student,
Okay.
Ashley. It's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delights and a light rosewater syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugary glass. It's not a dish that you would 1,000% sell your family out for. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed. It's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it anyway. It's very fragile and meant to be displayed piece.
And what's the point? Don't eat the food? At a cooking school?
Got toast in your ears or something, mans? I told you, it's a display piece. Actually, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Well, I did cook it, did I not? Yeah,
Debatable.
which is why I cooked it. And did an extremely good job of cooking it. I didn't realize that we were going to have an eating exam. You know what? She's right. Ashley wins. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to a college of eating school for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you were absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt my sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best. But this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. Two chefs! What began as a bowl. That's not me.
Excuse
You go.
me. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese.
Matt is bullying me. I had so much content to read, and now it's not my turn.
Yeah, get your own lines.
Has become something else.
He examines it
A
closely,
famous bowl.
sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just what I thought. I've seen everything in this kitchen. You give me this. This thing and completely blow me away in my 49 dog years of life. I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. This dude old. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class.
Excuse me.
You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gets a pass.
You're letting dangerous people into the world. Don't do it.
They're out there in the world anyways. This school only goes for 3 days. It's not really a school. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in its magnificent fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkle declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. The cats are being crazy right now in the kitchen. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on. How could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the student returns for one last assignment. To get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy.
I think I figured out why this game came out in 2019. That is the year that they released that macaroni bowl.
DJ Dog in the house! You knew that Sprinkles was the master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Ashley,
hello.
what's your number? Her pants are short enough that you can see her pockets. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No goes allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school bylaws. I would never actually use ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh. The music.
And no one did.
And now that everyone's together.
That means you were creeping on Colonel Sanders' house.
It's the spork monster. He has
I was watching you. It's Lauren.
Everyone, the spork monster is no more. From here on, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, Student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking, and you know she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such a presence? It's Pop. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef hat.
A crown?
Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had to mail it directly to your father. We figured it was the least he could do for the school's dean.
Oh, now I get it.
The Burger King. And we get a new wing of the school. Not to mention the honor of educating the son of the Chancellor of Shundashu.
Such and such.
Such and such.
Shundashu. The music at dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who had arrived late to the dance.
Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth.
Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing.
I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension.
What?
What?
I actually feel like I knew it this whole time.
Okay, Miriam. Now that I have
Whenever
learned.
I saw his other dimensional thing out there.
You know.
You know. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me?
I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun learning who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank.
You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard.
Wow, okay. I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird.
A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. What do you think he's gonna look like?
He has to have his suit on.
Yeah, he has to have the full suit on.
He looks like his 60-year-old self. Whoa!
Whoa! Casual!
I wasn't ready.
Howdy, classmates.
Just like the first day you met him, he had come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough just to give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. The family platter.
I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken.
The end.
Wait. Did I get my man? Did it work?
No!
Oh, thank God.
No.
It's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor.
Mads, what are you doing sitting all alone?
Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance.
Ah, Pop's right over there.
Oh, don't worry, I'll get Miriam. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person?
Glasses, a watch, a suit. Aw, man, you're out.
Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. Spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree.
Clank's back.
And a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few.
Well, I certainly have a spicy muss. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me?
Yes, I would love to.
As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you.
And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Mads.
Oh, sweet. We'll work together and play together.
Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks.
I don't play. Oh, work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself.
But who will help you run your restaurants?
Middle managers like you can apply to work now at any local KFC. I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward?
Oh,
Excuse me?
Could it be?
What do you mean?
You found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love? The life of an entrepreneur?
I suppose I could enroll at pastry school.
Oh, my dear Mads, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side.
The end.
That was so hot and cold. What the fuck? We made something beautiful together.
If only you didn't get that last question wrong.
Honestly.
What a
You ate my coleslaw. And you won't let me be your business partner?
Fascinating.
I don't even get a fucking kiss? What the fuck?
That's
This is an incredibly difficult game to master, Mads.
it's awesome.